Today's show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Change the location of your IP address and avoid region locks at expressvpn.com/achievement. Hello and welcome to Off Topic. Today's show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Working from home, protect your sensitive data with an extra layer of security at expressvpn.com/rttv. I'm your host, Alfredo Diaz. Today I'm joined by Jeremy Dooley, Jack Patillo, and Matt Bragg. Jack.
Go with the intro. They didn't count us in today.
Oh, man.
Well,
no, they definitely did. Don't let Jack lie to you.
They counted in the video, but then it is no counting for the intro. It was just like, are we even live? I'm not convinced that we're live right now.
I don't know if we're live or not. We probably are, but you know what? Just roll it.
Who knows?
Run with it.
They just.
It can be for us if it's not live.
Falling apart.
It's our own
Michael Lindblad quit, and now everything's gone to crap. It's just it's the worst. Anyway,
it's one of those things that wouldn't be a joke.
Anyways, hello.
Michael Lindblad quit. He is like my right hand man. I would be in shambles. I would scramble.
So
I would
sad.
fall apart.
Scramble shambles.
Yeah. So, man, I'm old now, and
You're right.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah, you're old?
Yeah. So I'm old now, and I'm feeling it, and I'm trying to do all these different things to like help take care of like my physical health. Like you know, I got a brand new chair with proper lumbar support, etc.
Yeah.
Now I'm on this whole like because if I don't get a good night's rest, the rest of the day is screwed for me.
Oh, sleepy Fredo.
So now I'm on this pillow kick. I'm on the hunt for a really good pillow. I've been doing my research for like top rated pillows for side sleepers, etc. And you know how you always see all these different like I don't know, maybe like furniture or just different items and whatnot that just go 90-day trial, whatever. I just went, you know what? Let me get a bunch of pillows from different companies and see which one like works for me and doesn't like mess up my neck or my shoulder or whatever. And I'll have like 90-day return policies if you don't like them. I'm sure some of them have restocking fees, whatnot, but I'm on the hunt for a fantastic side pillow for myself.
Side pillow. What is a side pillow? Is that
just a pillow for side sleepers? I guess I'm
okay?
I don't know.
So that's not a body pillow. Is that like one you cuddle with, or is that like
no? A body pillow would be one you cuddle with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So what does a side pillow look like? That to me, a normal pillow is just a bag full of feathers or some kind of stuffing that you put a case on.
Well,
have you ever had one with feathers in it?
Oh, so like goose feathers? We have one here with like I think it's
like
called
down,
like down.
Down
Pillows.
I only
feathers.
know when I have one because I just start sneezing. I'm allergic to that shit.
Ooh, see, that's good to know.
Allergic to feathers.
How is a side pillow different than
like a pillow for side sleepers?
Yeah. I sleep on my side and on my face. So
there's a bunch of different things. Like some are higher because they want to give you more of that kind of like shoulder support. Because when you're on your side, you're digging your side into like your bed and stuff like that. So like some are like, hey, they're fluffier, they're higher. So then that way, if you're having shoulder pain, it'll help with that. Others are trying to make sure that it's elevated in a way to level your head. Some
are you saying your shoulders on your pillow?
No. My shoulder's on my bed, but sometimes you'll have pillows that are like, if your pillow is like really thin, then you're digging your head and your shoulder is gonna like lean into it as well.
Yeah.
But if you have pillows that are higher, it'll level your head and then lighten that pressure on your shoulder.
Okay, that makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
I was confused by that.
Yeah. Well,
I see a lot of pillows when I look up side pillow that have like notches out of the
there's some that have like notches out of the middle.
Like your shoulder can be in it.
Yeah, so your shoulder can be in it. Like there's various things that I'm just like, I sleep on my side. That's how I sleep. I like haven't had the best sleep, so I'm trying to like see if I can maximize that like comfort levels, and that way I could like sleep comfortably. So I'm going through a couple pillows right now, and there's a lot of pillows too that are just like, hey, there's a certain amount of like volume to it, but you could open it up and take stuff out, so that way you could kind of like thin it out if you want to, and you can lay on it if it's too high, but you like the softness of it. There's a whole thing you can get into.
Now, when you sleep, do you roll around at all, or you pretty much you go down and that's where you wake up at?
I mean, I roll from side to side, but I'm never like side, back, side. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm on one side, and then eventually I'll roll over to another side after a couple hours and so forth.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm looking at a side pillow here, but it's like it looks like it only works it works best sort of one direction. Like you sleep this way, and that's how you should sleep.
Some of those too.
I can't do that.
The pillow.
Well, yeah, that's what
I
mean. That's the thing.
Around.
Like, there's a whole, there's so many different pillows and stuff, and usually I just go to like a store like Bed Bath and Beyond. I'm just like, this one feels soft. I'll grab this, and then eventually, like, I still don't sleep well, or it's like too thin, or too high, so my neck is like tilted up wrong. Like,
yeah,
I got to do the flat pillow. I sleep on my face, so I need a flat pillow so I can lay on my belly, and it's like that. I mean,
you're a belly sleeper.
Yeah.
I don't.
And so I need it flat because otherwise my neck is like twisted back, and I was like, no, I don't like that. So, but then if I sleep on my side, I'll fold it over and I'll like won't put it under the neck. There you go.
Yeah. I have to sleep perfectly on my back with my arms crossed, and then I can sleep.
Close the coffin.
Good night.
It is time.
And I just sleep face down in my pillow. Like all you see is the back of my head. Is my face is just in the pillow.
Like anyway. I figured if I could take all this time to like research all this tech and watch benchmark tests for various like GPU, CPUs, like I could take the time to like research some stuff that could help like with just like my everyday health.
There's so many different kinds, man.
Dude, there's a lot. That's why after I did my research, I was just like, damn. Well, I mean, like obviously this is one of those things where you have to kind of just try them out. And like I said, luckily, a lot of them are like 30-day trials, 90-day trials. And some of them have restocking fees. But I was like, you know what? I just need to find the one. And then I can just keep going with that one. And I'm good. So I was like, I'll do it.
This one's got a positive review from Goop.
Nice.
Nope. That's a negative review. What you just said is a negative review.
Oh, man. Anyway.
Anywho.
Yeah. That's fun. Hey Matt, I like your hoodie. I think it looks really nice and comfortable.
Yeah, it's definitely very nice and comfortable. Yours is looking pretty good too.
Oh yeah, well thank you for noticing it. It's
in a room.
I was like a little like Batman looking logo.
God, is that the new Achieve Batman merch?
It's pretty nice. That's right. It's store.roosterteeth.com right now. You can pick it up. It's actually really, really badass.
It is.
Yeah. The accented yellow.
So it's got like
on
yellow
the inside of the hood. It's so clean.
Yeah, it looks really nice, and it's not too fat. It's nice. It's a thinner hoodie, so you can kind of like wear it around the house and stuff.
I like it. It's simple, and then it has the accented like color for like Batman. So like old school Batman. It was like it's nice.
Yeah.
That's some good. Oh, here he is. Is he here? Oh my God.
Madman's here.
Did he come in from Gotham?
I am the night. Where is it? For the board.
Ooh, don't step on the power button. No.
No, don't do it.
Step on the power button.
Wake up.
No.
Batman's here to help save Jeremy from his cat.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, Steffi's pointing out in chat right now, if only the RT store had a 20% sale on Achievement Hunter today. Oh, wait, we do. So there's a 20% sale on Achievement Hunter merchandise in the store, including the new Batman stuff. So go check that out. It's
you don't have to have Wayne bucks to get these hoodies.
Wayne bucks.
Well done,
Wayne
Matt.
bucks.
Well done.
You know, I'm keeping on brand right now.
Jack's done.
Dude.
Jack's like, it's hot.
He just didn't want to wear the same thing as me.
Whoa!
Oh shit! Though he had that,
dude.
Whoa,
all right, that
shit,
shirt's
Jack,
cool as hell.
Mess. You look like an absolute mess.
Yeah, my hair is a little bit crazy. It's the other shirt we have as well. It's a really badass shirt. So
yeah,
I like it a lot. I think it's cool.
I don't know, man.
So,
I like it when it's just simple and clean like that.
The idea that, after 11, 12 years of doing Achievement Hunter, we'd be making official Batman merchandise is fucking awesome. Like that's
pretty cool
so
stuff,
surreal
man.
and wild.
Are we canon in the DC universe?
No.
We're
the goons in the street the Batman beats up.
Well, no, I just want in the background of like one of those scenes where it's like peaceful while Batman's fighting in the background or something. There's like a kid watching like an internet video. It's just us.
Right.
Like, we're on the computer.
Or like making videos, you like open the blinds and see like gas filling the city or whatever.
Yeah,
We're just
and we're just like,
nope.
all
Just, like,
right.
close the blinds again.
Look, if Greg Miller could be shirtless Spider-Man in a damn Spider-Man game, we could be on a monitor in the background.
Yeah, or
Right.
just like even like, yo, what's up, guys? We're streaming today, and then like in the background, you see the window, and Batman's head just slams into it, and then like flies away.
Live from Gotham. Live Gotham.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's pretty badass. So go check that out. Store.roosty.com. Okay, that's enough shilling of our merchandise right now. Is that it? Oh yeah, one last thing. If you do want to order stuff before Christmas, today is the last day you can get print to order merchandise. So if you wanted to get any print to order merchandise, you're watching live right now. Today's the last day you can get it. So grab that. That's like the old throwback stuff we had, like the older shirts, the front back shirts. Yeah. So anyway. If you see any print on demand stuff, including posters too, today's the last day you can buy that before Christmas. There's still some other stuff you can get up to next week, I think, maybe Monday, but print on demand finishes today. And that's it. Yep, that's it.
That's
Done.
Got.
So
I don't know if you guys
Anyway.
heard like last week, 'cause not all of you guys were doing off topic last week, but last week I went on a little bit of a just a small, tiny little rant about Fast and Furious.
Wasn't big. Yeah.
Just a little,
maybe
tiny
a little
baby
bit.
rant.
We little bit.
Yeah,
About
yeah,
Han.
just
You're
a little
big fan.
bit.
I hear you like that Han guy.
Yeah, big fan. But you know, a lot of
That's the one.
like blog websites are reporting about Christopher Nolan and how he like I'm gonna read this one from Collider. Christopher Nolan professes his love for the Fast and Furious franchise.
Damn.
All right.
Nice.
Which,
Love?
hey, part one of like
Are they going official?
of I feel justified. You know what I mean? Part two of this
Part one.
and
Okay.
and reveals he has a soft spot for Tokyo Drift. I wonder why, Nolan. I'm telling you, man. He's about it. Yeah.
I love Tokyo Drift because the movie starts with Zachary Ty Bryan from Home Improvement playing a high school kid.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, and he's like early 30s at that point, very clearly. Just like Zach Ty Bryant. Okay, that's weird. And then and he's a high school kid. And he wrecks his Mustang or whatever he is. So I forget
He's a
what
high
do you
school
have?
Yeah, it was
Get
like
it
a
hard.
red car. It wasn't like a red Mustang
Yeah.
or like a Corvette or something like that. I just loved Tokyo Drift because it had the Evo 9 MR, and that was back when I was like really, really into cars. And my uncle had an Evo 8, and I would ride with him on the weekends with like the NorCal Evo, which was just like a big Evo group. So it'd be like 40 Evos like going down the street to the track, and I would just go with them. I was like, oh, I love this.
Nice. Oh man, so much. I'm just looking through Kotaku right now, and it's all cyberpunk. Everything's cyberpunk.
yeah.
People's dicks are clipping through their pants,
Good.
which is a thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I saw
Does,
one.
does yours not do that in real life? Or
Right, just click right through.
okay.
I mean, every once in a
Mine
while,
does. Fredo was there for it. But
no,
Like-
no. It just like the image flashed into my head for some fucking reason. It's stored somewhere in my brain.
it's in a file in there.
It's
It's
in
all
a
in the
file
flash
in a
memory,
drawer
too.
that just marked
Yeah.
penis.
Right.
And
I'm
it's
imagining
just-
someone in Fredo's brain like, okay.
It-
sift
the
through
image
there.
of Jeremy's
There it
penis
is.
pulled up in my brain so fast.
Yep.
And
It's there.
just like
It's
a
always on
whale
the back
breaching
burner.
the water. Okay. Anyways.
But I saw that glitch happen to someone, but it was with like breasts and a shirt. So it was like they had a shirt on,
Yeah.
but you could still see like the nude outside, like the nipples coming through. And they were like, well, this is the greatest glitch I've ever seen.
Good God. But hey, at least
I've
they delayed it
seen-
a number of times to fix all the bugs.
I mean, it's
Man,
such
well,
a big
that
game.
makes
There's
you think,
gonna
like-
be bugs, man.
Well, yeah,
Dude, that's like
bugs.
literally in the
Definitely gonna be.
creator. Like, I mean, like every QA person starting, you would start a new character, and like, how did no one catch that?
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
sure. Dude, here's the thing. You know what probably happened is it wasn't an issue, and then during like the last final patch or second to last
Mhm.
patch, that went through and then caused that
It's-
issue. Like, that's
It's like, yeah, we stopped the cars from phasing through walls, but also your boobs.
Yeah.
They phase through the
yeah,
wall.
but this
What do you do?
goad. Yeah. This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by MeUndies. The holidays can be the most stressful time of the year. If only there was a bearded man with a bottomless bag of everything that could handle that whole giving the perfect gift thing. Well, our friends at MeUndies have the next best thing. A curated list of the stuff your friends and family really want this year so you can soften that holiday stress. What's the saying? Work softer, not harder? Well, you can with their micro modal undies. Not only are they super soft, but breathable, light, and impossibly cozy. It's everything you need to have a stress-free and comfortable holiday. Give the gift of some me time with MeUndies, sustainably soft undies, PJ sets, slippers, and more. I love MeUndies because they're just super soft and cozy, they're reliable, and they last a long time. And with the winter season coming around, it gets really cold where I'm at, so their PJ sets are perfect because they keep me warm in my very new place that I have yet to warm up and make all cozy. So they're deliciously soft. You can also gift a membership with a MeUndies gift card. The membership is a subscription that sends new pairs right to your door so they never have to run out of undies again. With site-wide savings and exclusive sales, they automatically pay less for, well, everything. MeUndies has a great offer for my listeners. For any first 4 Me purchasers, you get 15% off and free shipping. They also have their problem-free philosophy. If you're not satisfied with any product for any reason, they'll refund or exchange it, no caveats, no questions. To get 15% off your first order and free shipping, go to meundies.com/off-topic. That's meundies.com/off-topic. What I did see, and I didn't really look into because I was just scrolling through it this morning. Does Cyberpunk look really bad on the PS4 and Xbox?
Oh, does it?
I heard that like if you were using like last gen systems, the only one that doesn't have major issues is the Series or the One X. So like even the PS4 Pros are having some issues running it. I mean, I obviously haven't looked, but like that's just what I'd read.
Yeah, I saw. Like I said, I didn't really get that. I was scrolling. I didn't have time to do research, but from the footage that I saw, and like I said, I got to look into it instead of just talking about it. But it looked like half the amount of people and like no textures were loaded, and you're just walking around, and it just like the game had issues loading textures, and half of like the population. It looked really bad. I could be wrong. Let me see if I can just find this.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, Kotaku had an article about Xbox and PS4 looks like garbage.
Whoa!
So it might be, yeah, I might be onto something.
Yeah, possibly. Or they were the old Xbox. So,
yeah,
anyway,
that's like I'd be interested to see the Series X.
Man, am I weird that I am just not at all like, oh my god, I've got to play Cyberpunk? Like everyone seems like everyone's losing their mind. Everyone's streaming Cyberpunk, and I'm like, I mean, I'll play it eventually, but I mean, I'll play it 6 months from now when it's all been patched up and probably the first DLC hits. And like, I don't know, like there's no, like, I know it's an original story. So I think maybe because of that, I'm not like, oh, I've got to play it now because I don't want to spoil anything. Like I literally know nothing about the game. So it's like, I'm not going to be spoiled if someone says something like, oh, they'll have a different experience than I will. So
you're not wrong with that, Jack. I mean, for me, Cyberpunk, I was just like, and then like the hype came around, and I've also just, been getting into a lot of single player games. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I will try something like this. I didn't play The Witcher. And so maybe I'll get into, this big, vast world with hundreds of missions and hours to be played, which isn't my usual type of game. And I was like, I'll dive in head first.
Yeah, like I'm excited. I know I'm not gonna have time to play it like all the way.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of like the downfall of what we do, because like we have to move on to the next game. We can't. I mean, you can't sit there and soak 120 hours into a game at work. It's like, even when we do something like, I'm playing a shitload of zombies, but even that is like 30 minutes at a time when I get a free moment. And then like, that's, I invested myself into that because I knew we could get further on it if like the more I played. But at the same time, it's just little chunks and there's no storyline there. So it's not like something I have to sit and pay attention to and like, oh no, all these factions. And I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It looks great. Everything. I mean, I'm looks cool. I'm excited for people, but everyone's losing their goddamn minds right now. It seems like.
I mean, it's just it's gotten
different
too
styles.
hyped.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that game got like so hyped, and now there's just no way it's going to live up to what everyone thinks. But that's the thing; it's going to be like the hot game for the next like month or two.
I don't
mean, it's
see
however much you hyped it in your mind. Like in my mind, I was like, it's CD Projekt Red. They made The Witcher. Witcher was really good.
Yeah.
So if this is like as much fun as I had playing The Witcher, then I'm like, sweet. I had a good amount of hype. Because that is my amount of hype. I'm just like,
I think it was
I'm excited for this, and that's it.
I think it started with like, oh man, this is a game made by CD Projekt Red, and then you go and you go, oh, it's Cyberpunk. You look at the style of it all, and you go, this is pretty cool, like futuristic punk type style. And then they added Keanu Reeves to be the icing on the cake. So everyone's just like, wow.
But like, how much is he in it though? Like, is he like a main character you interact with
believe he
constantly?
is.
Or?
Yeah.
I believe he,
Yeah.
yeah. He's a main part of the story from what I've seen, because I want to play more than like know about it before I jump in. But he's a integral part of the story in terms of like how much of the story he pops into. But he's an important part. Like, yeah.
Okay. Oh man,
Yeah,
there's
it
a
is
lot,
kind of weird.
lot
I feel like I've seen very little of the game.
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, I've seen like trailers, but it's like I have no idea what the plot of that game is.
I've
like,
never seen gameplay of it.
yeah, is there a big
Not
bad?
really.
Is it just kind of wander about, just kind of make your place within this world? Like, I have literally no idea. Like, are you playing, like, is everyone playing the same character, or is it kind of like you take it your own way? Like, are you the Witcher, or Geralt or whatever, or are you just a random person? There's so much about it. I'm like, I have no idea, and I don't know. I mean, that's
choices
that's
and
kind of good.
your choices.
yeah. I mean, I'm
have
not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
all right, it's different. Yeah.
You're like, from what I remember, and like I said, just watching a quick video, you are tasked, you're hired to like get this device, and you get this device, and you find out that this device also has like the kind of like, I don't know, for lack of a better word, like the soul of Keanu Reeves' character. And he has like his task. He wants to like see the world burn and all that kind of stuff. And so you kind of go down that whole storyline, is from the little that I remember from what I was watching.
Okay.
Stop
okay.
eating tape.
Is
But
Kat
it's
eating tape
tasty
again?
and delicious.
She's a grown woman. She can do whatever she wants.
Just got a thing for tape.
Stop eating the tape.
Dude, the Mondo the Mondo Cyberpunk posters look really cool.
Dude, they look really, really nice.
Yeah, the variant one, obviously they sold out instantly, but they look dope. They look really, really cool.
Oh man, there's a lot going on right now.
Yeah,
Here,
it's
take
a
that.
crazy world.
So the Game Awards is tonight, right? They're announcing some stuff going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6 p.m. Central.
They were
I think it's
announcing
at
a new
4
Smash
p.m.
Brothers
Pacific.
character. That's kind of all
Yeah.
I care about.
Matt, who is it
Who's
going to be?
going to be, Matt?
I don't know. I hope it's Crash Bandicoot or Spyro, or again my main new hope, Horton Horstachio from Vita Pinata. He'll be in there one day.
Horton Horstachio.
Will he?
Nope.
No, no.
No, he will not.
But
That's
imagine.
And actually, in about 30 minutes or so, Disney's having their investor presentation, which they're going to
nice.
show off some new stuff from like an MCU and more, just all kinds of
are
Disney
they?
stuff. And yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is Horton.
So we may have to end the podcast a little early so I can watch the WandaVision trailer, which they're probably going to show.
Dude, my
So-
God, all these rumors for Spider-Man 3, like,
I know.
it is
Dude.
ambitious as hell, man.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous because the last time they had this many characters was Spider-Man 3. And like,
well,
having
You're right
characters
there.
versus like plot lines, like that's the thing. It's like Spider-Man 3, like the Raimi Spider-Man 3, there was just so much stuff going on, and they tried to track all these different stories.
Yeah.
If they condense it and focus on one, and it's just like, oh, you have like these cameos or they're like background characters, but it's like, oh, like, hey, like look at that guy, like that looks like Alfred Molina. That's weird, but it's like just move on. Like that's one thing, but I'm nervous that they're going to try to squeeze tons and tons and tons of characters into one.
I mean,
big
unless
movie, but-
he's like traveling through the universes, right? Or like if he like
Mhm.
is in certain, in the same way that Into the Spider-Verse, like they were all pulled into Miles's universe from their own.
Yeah.
Like if he's literally going into like the Tobey Maguire universe, right? For just like a short period before he like goes into this other one. So it's not like the whole film is
Yeah.
there's just an overarching villain or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just
Dude,
fascinated.
fucking
Like all the stuff they're setting up now with WandaVision, and then Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. Like Rachel McAdams is now officially in that one, so she's coming back, which is great. She's awesome. But then like what's her name? Elizabeth Olsen's gonna be in Multiverse of Madness. So clearly they're setting up something's gonna happen in WandaVision that will carry over, and supposedly Black Widow has to come out before Falcon and Winter Soldier, because something that happens in that movie affects or like is related to what's happening in Falcon and Winter Soldier, excuse me. And yeah, so it's like there's so much stuff happening right now that it's like I just I'm aching for continuation, and I'm curious if the MCU, if Disney will start releasing movies quicker because they have so many they have to get to now. It's like we just got to start putting these things out. Like, are they going to release 4 a year? Like, start stacking them or what? But anyway,
well, so
I
they've
think it's
announced
definitely be a weird release schedule, no matter what. Because like
Yeah.
you're
They
right,
might
they would
be-
have to like
I mean, we
start
might
dropping a ton.
Getting movies
Yeah.
quick, but I don't know, man. I don't think Disney wants to do like digital releases.
no, I think
I'm sure there's a large profit margin lost for
Oh,
them
yeah.
especially, because like I know they have a lot of merchandising, so they basically make like a ton more money by making their movie an event. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Then you got Black Panther 2. You got Black Panther 2 now is like going to be a thing. And it's like, yeah. Anyway, and then someone pointed out, you mutants as well. That's a whole thing you got to get to. Fantastic Four is the thing you got to get to. Like, oh man, there's so many freaking things.
I mean, there's a lot,
like,
but it's gonna be
so. I'm so ready to see
fantastic.
what the next lines are going to be. Like, I just want to see something. Just start moving forward.
I'm just what I'm curious about with Spider-Man 3 is if it's going to lean towards, like, the more I hear about the people that are coming in and whatnot, it makes me kind of like lean towards a Spider-Verse type storyline.
Yeah.
But then but who knows, right? It could also be like multiverse stuff as well. But when it comes to WandaVision, and then you pair that with the stuff that we know about Doctor Strange 2, that just tells me that they're gonna like follow the Incursion storyline, right? And they're gonna do, honestly, like it might be too early, but like Doctor Strange and played like a huge part in the House of M storyline, and WandaVision kind of appears to be that storyline where Wanda creates her own, like in House of M, she creates like her own kind of like little place where she has kids and she has this different life, and she she becomes too powerful, and Doctor Strange is one of the people that have to like stop her there, and then like I don't know. So I don't know. I feel like they might lightly touch on House of M, but I don't know, man.
Yeah.
They could very quickly get into the New Avengers storyline there too as well, with like the Incursion stuff. And
Well, I
then
mean, now
that could
we're
easily
seeing, like,
bring in other people.
I mean, we're seeing Kate Bishop pop up in the new Hawkeye show, and it's like they're setting up characters. And then I've heard rumors that like Leader's coming back and Abomination's coming back, and I'm like, you're digging in, man. Like at that point, those are 10-year-old characters, and they're bringing them back. I mean, if you get Tim Blake Nelson back into the MCU, I mean, he was Incredible Hulk forever ago, and it's like he's a great actor. It'd be fun to get him back. And then you've got someone like Sam Rockwell, as Justin Hammer. It's like to have like the Dark Avengers, even, where it's like you've got these sort of mirrored images of what the original Avengers were. It's like I'm just, there's so many ways they can go, and like the Endgame sort of like cleared the slate. Endgame and Far From Home sort of cleaned the slate, and it's like, all right, back to kind of square one. And it's like oh, okay, what's next? And we hit pause for over a year, and it's like so
Yeah.
I'm excited. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm excited.
I can tell. but you with that is kind of like me with you with Cyberpunk is like me with Marvel. Like I'll see it when it comes out, but like there's not a lot of thought of me going into it. I'm just like, that's cool. You know what I mean?
He's like, I'm gonna see muscly men just smash into each other. Smash.
Yeah. And I'm like, whoa, that was cool.
Well, see, like my love of MCU and like the Marvel stuff, it's like on a couple different levels, because as just like, I mean, I was a filmmaker. Like I went to, I graduated from UT with a film degree, and the idea of having like a narrative arc that crosses over so many movies and has these threads that have developed and like just carried on. It's basically a TV show you see at a movie theater is what it is. And like no one's ever done that to this level ever. And like it's just pulling it off where you get a movie like, you get a movie like Ant-Man, and then you get like, a movie like Doctor Strange, and they exist in the same universe and they're coherent, and like, and then seeing them interact, it's like, that's so cool. And like it's fascinating.
It's fantastic because you have characters like Guardians of the Galaxy that you never thought you'd care about. Then you also have characters that start interacting with each other, and it's actually meaningful because there's all this backstory and there's been all of this buildup. And then you have characters that don't know each other, but you want to interact with each other because you know so much about each character in their own separate journeys. With that being said, looking at GameSpot, they just put out an article saying Guardians of the Galaxy 3-star believes storylines have changed. And this is from Dave Bautista. And he was speaking to Entertainment Weekly. and saying that I saw a script very early on. We were all scheduled, and James Gunn was attached before everything went nuts. So he said, I believe because Marvel's whole calendar has changed due to the pandemic shutdown and Guardian delays, that storylines have changed and they won't intersect like originally planned.
Yeah, that I've heard that too. Well, because Guardians was on the slate, and then sort of the weird stuff happened with James Gunn where Disney kicked him off the movie, and so he just left and he's like, I'm gonna make Suicide Squad. So he made Suicide Squad, which pushed Guardians back because like they weren't sure who was gonna like direct that, and then like 4 or 5 months later they came back, James Gunn's back, but he already made commitments, and so it was like and so they kind of had to rework stuff because I mean ideally you think Thor left with the Guardians the end of Endgame, and so like you would kick off Guardians 3 with something involving Thor, but now Love and Thunder's coming out before Guardians 3, and so now you're gonna have to deal with that situation. So basically whatever storyline that was going to be is now going to be scrubbed in some form or fashion, and supposedly the next Guardians movie is going to be about Rocket and like where Rocket came from and how he was created, because he's not a raccoon. He might look like one, but he's not. He was cybernetically enhanced. Yeah,
you can cybernetically enhance a raccoon though.
That's true. Yeah.
Are we talking about Cyberpunk again? I don't know.
It's bad.
There's cybernetic raccoons in there.
But then like Far From Home like gave a super light tease of Fantastic Four, and like is the old Stark building gonna become the Baxter building, and now then you've got like the crazy thing is like J. Jonah Jameson being J.K. Simmons again just adds this credence to this whole multiverse theory, because same actor, same character, different universe. Maybe like there is some parallels here.
Maybe he's the constant.
Yeah,
like
there's
no
so many
matter
layers
what,
that
there's always J.K. Simmons.
He's the center of it all.
Yeah,
but but that's still kind of weird. Of like, if you go, okay, J.K. Simmons is J. Jonah Jameson in this universe and in the other universe.
Yeah,
and it's like, so maybe Alfred Molina is Doc Ock in both or something, but it's like, then why isn't Peter Parker the same in both?
Yeah,
because I mean, different people get bit by the spider.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
the same person gets bit by the octopus.
This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Omaha Steaks. As we get into winter, the meat cravings start setting in, and I just crave meat like an animal. It's like I have a fever for it, and the only prescription is the savory and delicious offers from Omaha Steaks. If this holiday 2020 season feels like it's been a long time coming, make it worth the wait. Send the perfect gift, send yourself something special, and then load up your video conference app of choice to virtually bring the family together with a meal everyone will enjoy. The Deluxe Grillers assortment includes a vast variety of entrees, sides, and desserts. I mean, Omaha Steaks, it's delicious cuts. Whether it's going to be hamburgers or steaks, I'm having a great time. It's a cut sent right to my door. I get to grill it up. I get to cook it the way I want to cook it, season it, and that's it. It's delicious, and it's quick and easy to eat. What more could you ask for? It's just that good. Right now, you can get this mouth-watering package plus 4 free burgers and a free digital meat thermometer at an exclusive price available only to my listeners. Go to omahasteaks.com and enter the code OFFTOPIC into the search bar. And Omaha Steaks isn't just steaks. It's a guaranteed fantastic gift and a safe way to share the joy of the season. And don't forget, when you order the Deluxe Grillers assortment, you'll also get 4 free Omaha Steak burgers and a free digital meat thermometer with the code OFFTOPIC at omahasteaks.com. A deal you won't find anywhere else. Visit omahasteaks.com and type Off Topic in the search bar to shop gourmet grill packs today. This is a great opportunity to get ahead of the holiday gift shopping and have a really great season.
Anyway, I'm just excited. I love stuff like that. It's it's cool seeing that, like,
fun.
The nerds won. We did it, like the geeks won. Like,
yeah.
I mean, that was it. I mean, it's great. What's going on in chat?
The Rocket Raccoon's dick was visible through his pants in the early drafts. That's really good. Well, now there's a rumor that Charlie Cox is going to be in Spider-Man 3 as so cool.
as Matt Murdock, who is going to be Peter Parker's lawyer, which is like,
just don't have the actor that played Iron Fist come back. Like, I just want Charlie Cox.
Yeah,
that's it. not Charlie's
Dude,
cock, but like Charlie Cox.
Yeah.
I would take
him
that
in the
as well.
You're gonna
MCU,
have
and then
the
like everyone
costume
else,
no matter
like
what.
all the defenders can stay. That's fine.
Dude, bring Vincent D'Onofrio. Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk. Oh my god,
That
He was a really good Wilson.
He
That
was,
works
yeah.
too.
That's such a cool tone of it. Yeah. Anyway, I can tell Jack's been watching New Rockstars. Yes, J.H. Komar, absolutely. New Rockstars is great. I watch too much of their stuff. Anyway, they're like the Easter egg guys who like go through trailers and figure out everything.
I think my biggest worry about that Wilson Fisk in that universe, he would kill Spider-Man. Like on the ground, curb stomp him and be like, I don't care. I'm done.
I don't care about what you are.
Get out of my way. Where's Vanessa?
Vanessa. Oh man.
This whole thing, it was great. Oh, I haven't watched that in so. That was like one of the last TV shows, like, or like if you call a Netflix show a TV show, but like that was one of the last series I watched. I think was Daredevil, and I was like, I'm all about this. I was into it.
Daredevil.
Anyone watching his Dark Materials?
I fell off. It got really boring to me.
Katie and I binged the first season, and now we're watching the second season as it's coming out. And it's a good show. It's fun. Moriarty's in it now, so that's exciting.
The production value is fantastic. It was a slow burn, and I was like, I'm not about a slow burn of a show right now. I've been getting through the new Star Trek or the latest Star Trek trilogy because I just grabbed it and on 4K.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like I watched it with Jackie when we first started dating, but we're watching it again, and then her watch through is very different from mine. Because she's just watching, like, oh, all right, this is cool. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like watching like Into Darkness. And I'm like, oh my God, I know who that is. That's Khan. Oh my God, I've seen Wrath of Khan. I know how this goes. Like, I am more of a Trekkie because of my father than I am a Star Wars fan. And that's, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but like, I enjoy Star Trek more than I enjoy Star Wars. I know.
Okay.
I know.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Have you been watching Mandalorian?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Mando this season's fantastic. How many episodes do we have left? 1 or 2?
I think we might have one left. I think there were 7 the first season, and I think we're on episode 7 of this season. So I don't know if this is it. I mean, not to spoil anything, but this last episode, there was some stuff where I was like, oh, no.
It's good.
So,
it's really good. They're like really pushing like the story and everything. Like the first season was very much like, the child and the relationship. Now it's more of like that, the history and digging deeper into the lore. We find a lot of things out.
The first season felt a lot more disjointed, where it was kind of like there's very clearly like an arc over the first 3 episodes, and then kind of like here's an episode here that you meet Cara Dune. Okay, bye. And then like here's an episode here. It just kind of felt like just one-off episodes that really didn't fit anywhere. And this season has been very much like, oh, there's a path that's going through the show where it's like, okay, it feels like there's a consistent narrative. 2 more episodes is what chat's saying right now. So so that'll be the Christmas, right? And then WandaVision starts in January.
Merry Christmas.
We get Wonder Woman on December 25th in 4K too. Oh, 4K.
That's pretty awesome.
Man. And then Katie and I, has anyone watched Ted Lasso?
I've been on the fence about it, but you keep saying that's fantastic, and I've heard really good things about it as well. So I might just throw that on.
It's such a good show. It's such a positive show, which is like my kind of jam. Like the main character, Ted Lasso, Jason Sudeikis, he's just like full of positive energy, and it's just like, that's like refreshing. Like everyone, like he's surrounded by kind of people who are sort of jerks, but he sort of sort of slowly seeps in his positivity to other people, and man, it's a good show. Like I wasn't expecting much, and God, it was really, really good. We binged the entire season in one day. 89 did. So yeah, it's good. So,
what plans does everyone have during the holiday break? That says it all.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I just want to exist.
that is
like
this year, right?
I think that's the thing though. It's like I want a time where I don't have plans. Like just stop.
No, I totally get that. Like, that makes sense to me. A time when you don't have, I want that too. Like, I brought it up, I think, on Chit and Chat, but like, Kat and I have never like got up on Christmas Day and then like sat in our house on Christmas morning, like with a tree and everything like that. And then like, oh, we'll go see family like later. It's always like, all right, Christmas morning, let's go see our parents, like my parents, and we'll like open gifts, or go see your parents and we'll open gifts there in the morning and stuff like that. It's never just like we're at home. So it's gonna be nice to do that for once. Like, and then not go anywhere and not go celebrate stuff. And I'll call my grandma and go, "Merry Christmas," hang up, and then
and hang up.
Yeah, right, like great. No parties or anything, just Christmas at home. Fine with it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just relaxing. I'm like, all right, just making candles probably. That's what I'll be doing for the next few weeks.
Yeah, well, I mean, we talked about like there's so many games that are out there to play, and I'm like, yeah, I just would like a time where I can just play.
Yeah,
it's.
I mean, yeah, that would be the time.
Yeah, it's a little different when you do stuff for content, obviously, because it's like you're still playing, but you're not just like you feel weird if you're sitting there doing like a boring thing. Whereas if you're just playing by yourself, you're like, oh yeah, I can do the boring thing. Who cares? It's me.
That's why, like, I never wanted to play games like The Witcher or whatnot, because, I mean, something that you should do if you're a content creator, of the video game nature or like a streamer or whatnot, is play things offline.
Yeah.
But very easily you get into this cycle of like, well, I'm playing it, might as well stream it. But that's why I never touch games like The Witcher or anything like that, is because like when I play those games, I'm looking at everything. I'm trying to do everything. I'm like listening to all the dialogue, and I'm just like, I don't know if that would be fun for me to stream or whatnot. But yeah, now I'm gonna dive headfirst into Cyberpunk. And then in terms of like the holiday break, I was telling Jack like offline, I was like, I had the choice between Assassin's Creed Valhalla or Horizon Zero Dawn, because that came to PC, and I was like, I'll do Horizon because I know Horizon has a fantastic story, and I've played a lot of like Assassin's Creed, so I was like, I don't think I'd be missing out too much. Horizon's been fantastic, so I plan on trying to finish that up, and then maybe if I'm really into Cyberpunk, play a ton of that too as well.
Yeah, see, I would say like Assassin's Creed to me, you're right. There's like so many other ones. That's why I'm like, I can't skip that now.
I get that. Yeah, I get the other half
involved.
of that.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, I've been so invested. I got to keep going.
I'm super invested in Assassin's Creed. I'm just like, please, like I've been playing it so much, desperately trying to finish it, because like that's the game I'm terrified of. If I start something else, I'm not going back to it.
See, I know I'll go back to it, but the problem is like I won't do it right. Like I know when we were playing Odyssey, you talked to me about like one of the endings, and you were like, that's gonna blow your mind. Because you said that, I then focused on getting that ending, and then 6 months later, I beat the game. Like, I got the ending that you saw, talked to you about it, and then I just beat the rest of the game like way later.
Okay.
Yeah, and like, it's the one with like had all the pieces of Eden, like that thing.
Okay.
Yeah. When you got to kill all the creatures to get the. Yeah,
and like,
that was the weird 180 that game took. It was like, fuck it, here's what's going on.
Yeah. I don't know. And like, I love shit like that, especially in that game series. Which, I mean, Jack, you and I've talked about that before, where like in 2, there's just that moment where they fucking stare directly at the camera.
Yeah. That
like,
moment it freaks me. And it's still, I mean, that was one of the first moments where I was like, whoa, like as a gamer, like when like a game, the narrative of a game really kind of messed with me. Because like you were saying, like literally at one point, like Hera shows up, and as like this weird alien looking creature when you're playing as Ezio, and then she's like talking to someone, and then she looks just right into the camera and addresses you, and she's like, I know you can see this, blah blah, and it's like because she's addressing Desmond in the game, but at the same time it's like you're playing Desmond, you are Desmond, and so it's like, oh, that's still weird.
It's still one of my favorite cutscenes.
I love that moment.
Not just because of that, but because Ezio's just sitting there, who is this Desmond? Who are you talking to?
Who is this?
Just not paying any attention.
But they, it looks like they're going real weird again in this one.
Yeah, they definitely. It feels like it.
Yeah,
and it's like I've been playing through these with Casey, and because like she was watching me play, I think Syndicate, and she was like, I have no idea what's going on, and I was like, well, the Ezio collection just came out. We can do it together. And she got super unsettled after seeing that cutscene, Jack. She was like, they were watching us at all. That's weird. That's weird. Like,
that's funny.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so Jeremy, you're pretty far into Valhalla.
Yes.
At any point in Valhalla during the narrative, do you go back to modern day? Because you do it right around like the intro cutscene or like the intro title card,
Mhm.
where you're wandering around the cabin and stuff. Do you go back to that location? At
I
any
have
point?
yet to go back, and
I
Okay.
think you can do it whenever, right?
You can't. I mean, you've always been able to do that, but I'm
Yeah.
curious if there's like a narrative reason to jump back to that location.
I
with, like, Bex
narratively
and
have
Sean
not
and all
done
them.
that. And I've cleared, I think I'm missing like 3 areas. Because like basically the way the game works is you like pledge to an area and then you like gotta earn their trust for your camp. And then like you go to the next area, go to the next area. So I think I have like 3 left. And I have not jumped back yet. So
Okay.
not that I've
Yeah. What's your power level?
330.
Damn.
Think.
Jesus.
Dude,
You fucking
and-
beat me.
Well, so I'm like 330 right now. I know that there's these witch people that you fight in the game.
Killed them all. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. Oh,
done.
you've beat them all?
Yeah. I beat the final one at 220.
I
Like-
did not. No, I went up to that thing at like, I think I was like 250. I tried it like once and went, nope. I'll come back. I'll come back when I'm like.
See, and that was,
now's not the time. I
that
don't
was
need
the
to go through
direct
this.
thing where it's like Casey was very interested in the witch people.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'll give it one more. And she was like, you got over half of her health down. You might be able to do it. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I see the ending. It could happen. So like an hour later, she's dead, and I have, a cool armor piece. So
I like, I think I was streaming it when I tried to take down the 3rd witch, and I did it once, and I was like, okay, now I kind of know what she's doing. Let me try a second time. I tried a second time, and then I just went, no, I'll come back when I'm max level. When I'm max level, I'll come back and do it again. And then I literally went to the chat and I went, this is why I'll never play Dark Souls. It was that exact moment right there where I just went, I've tried twice. That's enough. I'll come back when this is easy.
Oh God, yeah. Dark Souls. This was like, all right, here we go. 30th time, 2 hours in. Let's do this.
Nope, I lost interest. I'm like, they're not dead right away.
well,
I'm out.
what sucks the most about Dark Souls is like, hey, your first try, you're normally kindled, which means you're stronger than you would normally be. Then the second try, you're dead already, so you're not as strong, and it's just gonna get worse. Like every time.
Well, they're like so she's level like 320, I think, is what level she is. But then like there's
around there.
there's that like magic bear that's 400.
I haven't killed the bear.
Is that
yet.
just like all these numbers are just like gear scores and whatnot?
Yeah, it's like so you
Yeah.
it's basically
Higher
your level.
levels.
Yeah, and like so you get a little
I do-
increase each time.
I do like how they're doing the armor and stuff this time. How you kind of like you can sort of pick a set you want and be like, all right, I'm just gonna keep working on that one set.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. It's kind of a clever way of doing it.
I've had one glitch the entire time I've played that game, and it's literally one of my armor sets is duplicated. But it acknowledges that it's the same thing. So in order for me to upgrade it completely, I have to upgrade it twice.
Oh, that sucks.
So like, yeah, it links them together.
What?
But it's really confusing and weird. It links them together, and when you put on like the good one, it stays like I'm good visually, but it takes the lower stats. And it's annoying as
yeah,
hell.
the stat of the set that you didn't upgrade.
Yeah, but if I
So
upgrade it's literally if I upgrade the other one to be better, they just swap.
God.
It's the weirdest fucking thing.
So
I've seen.
in Valhalla, did they still have like the store where you can kind of like pay to progress faster or whatnot? Like you can like buy like better armor and weapons.
You
I just-
can buy like some DLC armor, but yeah,
Is it like better? Because I remember last time, like
some of it's really good.
which one was with the Romans, I think, or the Spartans?
Odyssey.
Odyssey.
Odyssey, yeah, playing Odyssey. I was just like, well, I want that cool mount in the store. I just started, but I'll go around with a cool mount off the bat. Okay,
Yeah, I think the edition that we got had a wolf included with it.
Yeah.
And
That
I'm like,
wait. I
well,
was like,
that's fine. He'll be mine for forever.
yeah, I went to the
you
stables.
ride on it, or is it like
Yeah,
a
you ride on
companion?
it.
You ride them.
Whoa!
I went to the
Yeah.
stables and I was like, I haven't talked to anyone at the stables yet. Let me just see what this is all about. Can I like buy a new horse or whatever? And it was just like, your wolf is here. And I was like, what the fuck? It's like grab the wolf.
He's
That will
waiting
only
for
ride
you.
the wolf around. Dude, it's awesome. I love that wolf.
Yeah. I do
Yeah,
too. It's just because he actually has like unique sounds too. Like
Yeah, he sounds
he'll
like a wolf.
randomly just start
Howl and
howling and shit.
He sounds a wolf.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
it's
sounds like a wolf.
always
He makes
really
wolf
funny
noises.
when I'll pull up to like one of those camps. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stealth my way through here, and then you just hear ow.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
shut up.
I don't think I've
My
stealthed
favorite-
once in that game.
My favorite of the missions where you can't. I mean, that's the cool thing too. You can stealth if you want to, and I always try to make it a point of stealthing as much as I can. It's the ones where it's like, okay, it's you and one other person, and it's like, all right, we're gonna take this alone. Let's be sneaky if we can, and then it's me sneaking around, hanging off stuff, and then my AI partner like jumping up and standing next to the person I'm about to assassinate. They're like, hey, what's going on, buddy? And I'm like. And then I like stab them, pull them off a ledge, and it's
Remember
like,
when we said sneaky a minute ago?
yeah, what are you doing?
Well, at least it doesn't
Thankfully, they
trigger,
don't. Yeah, they don't flag it.
Yeah, it doesn't flag the like character.
I blow the raid horn when I don't need to. I alert people that I'm like in a little camp
Yeah.
and I'm just in the middle of it like I love it, dude. You can be so aggressive in that game.
This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by HelloFresh. HelloFresh is here to offer convenient, no-contact delivery right to your doorstep for easy home cooking with the family, cutting out stressful meal planning and grocery store trips, so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in about 30 minutes. The recipes are easy to follow with simple steps and pictures to guide you along the way. I just got into HelloFresh. I get my food delivered right to my door. I had the honey pork tenderloin recipe. It was delicious. Everything was there that I needed, and I had all the pictures to show me how to cook because I'm terrible at cooking. So it made something that is weirdly frightening to me easy to do. And if you're a busy lad like me, HelloFresh can easily change your delivery days, update meal plan preferences, or skip a week whenever you need right on the app. You can even keep your fridge stocked by adding extra meals or additional proteins, quick meals like breakfast on the go, or their 10-minute lunches, and even desserts to satisfy that sweet tooth. Go to HelloFresh.com/offtopic80 and use code offtopic80 to get $80 off, including free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/offtopic80 and use code offtopic80 to get $80 off, including free shipping.
Yeah, I've got my character to the point. I'm sure, Jeremy, if you're like 320, you have too. Where like a fight is basically just, well, I've won. You've made
You
the
are now
mistake
dead.
of,
You die now.
yeah, you've made the mistake of confronting me.
Yeah. And when the one fight wasn't that way, I went, I'll come back. When I'm back, you'll be fucked.
I try to be like sneaky right up until like someone finds me. I'm like, all right, you fucked up. I blow the horn and everyone dies.
Right, you would have died quickly, and now it sucks for you.
Yeah.
Now,
Now I have
your
to
life sucks.
bash your head in. It was going to be a quick incision. Now it's just bloody mess.
I haven't like looked at the achievements in that game. I assume it's a game I will not get all the achievements in. I haven't done that in a very long time. But
It won't be, well, it's not that bad. The biggest thing is just go everywhere and do everything. But
Yeah, there's a lot to do, though.
there's
It's
a
true.
lot.
Do and see.
But I usually
I got all
clear
the
an
sync
area
points.
before.
Yeah, I went around and got all the sync points, just like when I wasn't, because I've been streaming myself playing it, so I'm like, well, I want to play, but I don't want to like get into stories. So I'm like, I'll do this stuff that's not important. So I literally just went around all of England and got all the sync points way under leveled. So it's like me sneaking around bases trying to get certain ones, and it's like, oh, if they shoot me with one arrow, I'm dead, and it's like, okay, but I managed to do it, so I was
risk
pretty happy
it.
with that.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
oddly enough, it's just like games like Odyssey. Or Valhalla. I'm just like, man, it's going to be a lot of time and investment to play this game, and I'm just like, I don't know. But then just like, man, if I was younger, like before, like super young, my parents would be like, you get to pick one game, and that's the game you have for the month. Like that would have been fantastic to get. I'm like, I get so many hours out of this game. I can keep playing it, and then the next month it'll hold me over until the next month where I can get another game. It'll be great. But now I'm just like, oh, that's a lot of game. It's too much game for me.
Yeah, like literally, I'm just thinking, man, if I was a kid when Destiny came out, I wouldn't need more games for a long time. Like, it's just they keep adding stuff.
Yeah.
Well, even like all the free to play games that exist now. It's like, this is crazy. There's so many great titles out there that you could just like soak time into. And it's like, oh man, I remember like playing that pinball game on Windows 98. It's like the Space Pinball or whatever it was. Like that was it. It's like, okay, this is fun.
I mean, like, have you played Tetris Effect on the Series XS?
I haven't yet.
Yeah, dude, like I'm not like a huge Tetris guy, but I do enjoy it. And I found myself being like, I want to play more Tetris, but there's games that have like a plot other than just lines complete, So it's so much stuff now.
Yeah.
I should be a kid again. I'll get to
Yeah,
watch
I mean,
it.
be a
I should be a kid.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely in a golden age of games right now, where it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
if there's a style of game you like, there are going to be 50 games of that style that you can
Yeah.
pick up, and a bunch that are really, really good. So anyway,
I think the thing I'm enjoying the most about the games nowadays is just like a lot of games have seasons, right? And with like it's like for Siege, I would have probably dropped Siege a long time ago, but there's every 3 months there's a new season with a new op. You know what I mean? Same thing with like Apex. It's like there's a new legend this season, and then there's new like cosmetics and stuff, and there's a new like season pass or battle pass to like grind for. So I like that we're in that age where we can play a game, enjoy it, then put it away, go do something else, and then they'll refresh the content. We'll come back to it and get a little bit more of it.
Yeah.
dude,
I love and hate that. And the only reason I hate it is because there's people that never left. Like those people stay.
Yeah.
And then I run into them and they make me feel bad.
Well, yeah, and I mean that's the people that we were like before we were fortunate enough to be in a position where we could get a bunch of games.
Yeah.
You would get one game and go, "Well, I'm going to get really good at this because it's what I have."
Yeah.
You know.
And this is what I'll be playing.
Yep. Yeah,
And,
I
like,
was
the one game
Ding.
oh yeah,
hear that?
there was the bell. We'll get back to it.
That's
I
the
have a thing I wanna
sound
talk
of
I've
the
got my
about.
first
bell off.
bell.
Just do it.
Just want to
keep
give
talking.
a quick thank you to our first members for watching and supporting our content. Seriously, without you guys, we wouldn't be here without you. And if you're not a first member, you can sign up or just sign up for a free account and join the community. Hey, join us. Be a first member.
join
Yeah.
us.
Watch.
Join-
We have stuff like Haunter
Join
season
us.
2 and Last Laugh and Hardcore Mini Golf.
Lots of
You can watch all those
fantastic
shows.
content.
There's
First
so
content
much.
you can-
There's so
content
many
early.
things.
Check out.
Yep.
You can have a pretty star next to your name in RT chat. You know,
we have
See
Dead
what
Little
we're doing.
Roosters coming up too.
Oh,
Man, so okay, so I wanted to say like the one game I have kind of put extra time into it. I wouldn't normally is I've been playing Call of Duty Zombies like crazy, and it paid off so well because was it this week? Was it Monday we did it?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's how time works these days.
Oh man,
Yeah.
So on,
You're
on
right.
Monday,
You're very right.
on Monday we streamed us. It was me, Alfredo, Matt, and Trevor, and we beat the zombie Easter egg, which
We
I've
did!
never done before.
Yeah, man.
And like
Oh,
I
good,
can't
man. That's
express
my first time,
how,
too.
Dude, I'm so happy we did that. We pulled it off. We did really, really well. I only got down one time because I was an idiot and I ran into electricity and then I got myself back up. But still, it's like, all right, I'm feeling good about that. And like, I want to do it again. So yeah. Anyway, I want more zombies.
Again? You want
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I was ready to hold you back. I really was. But
Well,
it
we
We
didn't
did good,
come up.
man. We did really good.
Yeah, it
Like,
didn't
we-
come
We
up.
all worked together. Everyone was really, really solid about working on their different stuff. Everyone, I mean, I think with a little bit more practice, like we would absolutely crush it. So anyway, yeah, more zombie stuff. And apparently there's a new map coming out in February. So I'll keep working on it until then.
Look, Jack,
Um,
you tell Trevor and I where to shoot, how to shoot, and we'll shoot. Okay.
I'll point out a couple of good guns and you guys take care of those and then
Yeah.
just follow me, collect the stuff, and just don't hit the nukes. Don't hit the nukes. That's all you gotta do.
No, don't do that at all.
So-
Dude, I just grabbed that shotgun. Was it the Spaz? I don't know, the Gallows, what they call it in that game? It looks like a Spaz.
Yeah. The Gallows 12.
Just get
Yeah.
that pack to the punch it up, and that's it. Just mow down zombies, man. It was fun. It was
Thanks.
beautiful.
Then I got my crazy like ray gun thing that was like mowing down zombie, or not real ray gun, but like the DIE, which is mowing stuff down because there is a ray gun in that game that none of us had. But
Yeah, Trevor kept trying to go for it, but man, he was
did.
just spending for like really
Yeah.
shitty guns. It's unfortunate.
I'm sorry.
I was like, I'm not gonna take that gamble. No.
But anyway, we should do it again. We should play it again. Like, I mean, we can do it quicker now. We did it about an hour 45 before,
Right.
and I think we can easily get into an hour 30 now. Now that we kind of know what we're doing, because even then we were sort of like I was watching Noah J's video trying to figure out like what step are we on now? But now I know how to do the whole thing in my brain, so we can pull it off.
Yeah,
in
it's
my
fun.
brain.
Whenever like zombies is released, because there's always like a race for like world's first for zombies, right? Just like they do in
Yeah.
Destiny.
Noah J was the first to finish the Easter egg in this one. He's been the first a number of times, but yeah, he's a good friend of ours, and so
Damn, that's
Yeah.
dope. I kind of miss doing all that, the grind. I mean, we
It's
talked
fun.
about it before,
Yeah.
but just like the grind of like, all right, it's gonna drop, and we're gonna try and do it first for everybody.
Well, and that's like Destiny does a really good job with like incentivizing that because they have those like exclusive things you can get if you beat the
Yeah.
raid within like the first week and stuff
I
like
know.
that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
there
know,
was a
man.
long conversation about that in a different off topic.
Dude.
Like I do have the last 2 jackets, like the one for the most recent raid, I've got a code for it, and then the one for the raid before that, I got a code for it.
Where was
But
that during like the first 5 raids when I was setting world records for that
I
stuff?
know.
and
Too bad,
putting
I know,
them,
man.
like
Yeah,
top 10
that's a
and
big bowl of too bad right there.
It really is, and I just have to sit here and eat it.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's like cool stuff. I mean, you're
Tyler
definitely
Stab, join
identifying yourself
Fredo.
as like,
no, I will never
someone to be
join.
bullied, but
Why? Because the only thing I want to do there is raid and raid at a high level. And what does that mean if I have to raid at a high level? That means
You
at
don't
some
do it
point,
with us.
I have to.
Oh,
Yeah, well, yeah,
yeah.
1, don't do it at Achievement Hunter.
Nope.
2, I have
Hey,
to do
I
PvP
do-
at some point.
I do raids.
Matt does raids. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Well,
I
yeah,
do
I would
raids.
take Matt. That's
Oh,
about it.
thanks, man.
Yeah.
That's like the only
draw
shooter I'm
line.
half good at.
And then
yeah.
that's it.
Like, all right, and we're
Oh,
done.
like Matt, come in, and everyone else can stay outside.
Yeah. I always feel bad when I do like a Destiny raid, just because like normally it's Panton, and Panton knows like everything. It's been a little bit since I have raided with Panton, but he'll know everything. He'll explain it, and then it'll be 5 people going, "Yeah, what did you just say?"
Yo.
Man,
Yeah, yeah,
man, I know that struggle.
yeah. And I always am like, "Yeah, I got it. Then we get in, and I'm like, I have no idea what the hell that man said to me at all.
Look, he said a bunch of stuff. I'm not quite
He
sure.
he said a lot, and I'm gonna try, but there's no guarantees.
Look, I just know that we're gonna wipe a bunch of times until we learn this. So let's just get it over with.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
No, never again. Never again. Never again.
It's not too hard to get up to the
Quiet, you.
level requirement. But I mean, it's true. It's not
Quiet.
hard.
Quiet.
It's just, the
All right.
raid itself.
Disney Investor Day just kicked off, so I'm going to be watching this for a little bit. If I go dark, it's because of that.
Jack,
Are
if
you an
some
investor?
hot pops up, you let me know.
Man, dude, I got into a Twitter fight last night.
Oh,
Classic, Jack.
Nice.
Why are people dumb on the internet? I don't get it. Why are people so negative? So yesterday, if you happen to be watching our stream yesterday, it was a lot of fun. SpaceX launched a brand new rocket down from South Texas. It's this brand new one, testing it. They've done some small scale tests, but this is the first time ever. They launched up to 12.5 kilometers in the sky, like 15,000 feet in the sky. More than that. What am I saying? A lot more than that. Anyway, 12.5 kilometers in the sky. And then the thing went all the way up, and then it belly flopped down. It's like a skydiver. It like floated down, had 2 wings or 2 little like flaps on the top, 2 on the bottom. Kept it where its belly flopped down to slow itself down as it re-enters, like theoretically in the future re-enters the atmosphere. And then as it did that, it then like flipped and uprighted itself and tried to land. Didn't land, but they weren't expecting it to. Like they hoped it would, but they weren't expecting it to. And then all of these news articles came out about like, oh, this rocket in South Texas exploded and it failed. And it's like, no. Like it did 90% everything it was supposed to do and probably more. It just didn't happen to stick the landing and explode. And so it's like people like, oh, like there was an article, it was like the landing failed. There was no one on it though. So like no one died. And it's like, well, there was never gonna be anyone on it. So you framing it like that makes it sound like, oh, there was a massive failure. And it's like, no, it was actually a really huge success. And then anyway, so lots of people like, no, it clearly like there's nothing wrong. It did fail. And it's like, but that's not the point. Like, yes, it wasn't 100% perfect the first time, but that's not what they're trying to do. They're trying to get as much data as possible. And it was so freaking annoying dealing with people because they're like, well, no, it failed because it didn't land. It's like, what other rocket has ever landed by any other company? Like,
I like Jax's dealing with people, like Jax's spokesperson. Like, I gotta deal with all these people now.
But it's just so frustrating. It's like everyone assumes like, oh, well, you just love Elon Musk. It's like Elon is he's a designer at SpaceX. Like there are so many other people. Gwynne Shotwell runs that company, and there's so many thousands of people who work on the stuff there. And he might be the face of it, but he doesn't run it. It's like Steve Jobs. Like everyone's like, if Steve Jobs was alive now, I think people would treat him very similar to Elon Musk. Whereas like Steve Jobs is kind of an asshole, and Elon Musk is kind of an asshole. And like I don't agree with him on a lot of things, but he's still progressing and he's still making the future of stuff. Like Steve Jobs put cell phones or put iPhones in everyone's pocket and turned basically made a computer that everyone carries around. And that's huge. But now, like, he had some radical thoughts and some really dumb stuff he would do. And I think nowadays people look at him differently. And I think Elon Musk is just kind of, he's a weirdo. He's a freaking weirdo. And he has some strange thoughts and he says some dumb shit.
Yep.
And it's like, I respect that he's done some really cool shit. And I love that he's trying to get, combustion engines off the road. And I love that he's trying to go to other planets and he's like advancing space exploration. His personal thoughts and views, some of them are really stupid and I do not agree with them. But at the same time, he has a great company that's doing some really cool stuff. And people kind of assume like, well, you can't dissociate one or the other. And it's like, there's probably people at Rooster Teeth I couldn't get along with that like maybe have different thoughts on things that I completely don't agree with. I work at the same company as those people. And it's like, I don't know who they are, but I still work at the same company. And it's like, you can do that. You can dissociate yourself. And anyway, it's just so damn frustrating when people it's like, oh, well, you must hate you like how do you support Elon? It's like, well, no, he's an idiot. He's an idiot, like he'll do some stupid stuff, but at the same time, he's also a freaking genius. And it's like, anyway, I get frustrated by that. And so I spent a lot of time last night just like screaming at a wall. It's like, well, no, it failed because it didn't land. It's like, that wasn't the point. If the 100 things they wanted to do and they failed on 2 of them and they succeeded on 98, that is a wild success. But you see those 2 and like, well, it didn't do it. And it's like,
but but the thing is, what's happening right now from you is everything they ever wanted. From posting that 100%.
Absolutely. And it's just like, but it's so frustrating though. It's like we're making so much amazing progress and we're doing some really, really cool things. And like SpaceX and everyone's like, well, NASA should be doing this. NASA's funding this. Like NASA is helping pay for this stuff. Like we're working in conjunction. NASA works in conjunction with SpaceX like they do with other private companies. And like that's why we have the Dragon 2 going to the space station because NASA helped fund that to send their astronauts to the space station. It's like this is all in conjunction. People are like, well, my tax dollars shouldn't go to that. It's like NASA spent billions and billions and billions of dollars on the SLS, which is their next rocket, and that thing has yet to be put together. And SpaceX has passed that already. And anyway, it's just a lot of frustrating things where people is like they're hell bent on not seeing progress because they don't agree with someone. And it's this is for your own good
and prosper. You know what I'm saying?
It's
you know what I'm saying, man.
It's the exact same argument of like, well, I don't think I should wear a mask. It's like because like everyone else is wearing masks. Like I don't think I should though. And it's like, no, this is for the greater good. Like this all positivity, all going. Anyway,
there it is.
They're winning. They're winning right now.
That's why I don't do my social media, dog.
The Starship launch was fucking incredible, and the whole thing was amazing. We were streaming yesterday during it, and I was just sitting there watching it and just with wide eyes and was freaking out. It was incredible, and what they're doing is badass. And like they're like already the next one's ready to go. Like they're ready to clean off the landing pad where the one exploded and bring out the next one and try it again. So it's really, really badass, and I applaud SpaceX and everything they're doing. It's such a cool company, and so I'm not getting paid for that or anything. I just think they're cool. So anyway, I want to go to Mars. Let's go to Mars, everyone.
I want to go to Mars, he says.
Look, you go first. Tell me how.
Right? Yeah. You know what? Send me a postcard.
Maybe.
I think I'd have to be immortal before I'd want to go to Mars.
Oh well, that's just a hop, skip, and a jump.
It's easy. That's an easy request, man.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Well, mostly just because Mars is gonna suck for the first like 3-4 years. Probably way longer than that.
I mean, way longer than that. 3-4 years.
Yeah. How long
did it take to finish a highway in that amount of time?
Well, I mean, Jeremy, the problem with the highway, you got to move the houses out of the way and there's a lot of construction you have to do. On Mars, nothing there. Just a big bunch of shit.
Just a planet. Just an empty planet with no workers or equipment or anything.
I mean, it's like when you start like a fresh world in any building game. You're like, I don't even know what to do. I could start anything. It's just a field. That's Mars.
That's Mars.
Brand new.
That's Mars, the BB.
That's what they call
weird
Mars.
Movie Attack from Mars. Mars Attack.
Mars Attacks.
Attack from Mars.
Attack from Mars.
Dude, that movie creeped me the fuck out. Yeah, those aliens are really scary and creepy to me. Was young Alfredo. I was like, that was a horror movie to me. The way they talked and they looked and ooh.
I love Larry in the chat saying, "Sorry to hear your rocket failed, Jack."
It's all all the people are like, well, SpaceX is not following the laws. They're not following what NASA does. It's like they do everything that NASA tells them to do. Like they follow every guideline that NASA tells them to do. And it's frustrating because you hear people want to shit on something, and it's like no matter what you say, they're gonna shit on it.
Yeah, you gotta just not give a fuck.
And it's like, oh, well, you're a fanboy. It's like, yeah, I'm a fanboy, but I still understand when things go to fault, when things go wrong. Like you look at like Boeing right now is developing a new rocket to basically work with NASA, and Boeing got a fuck ton of money from NASA to develop this new system, and SpaceX got a little bit of money, and SpaceX has done everything they were asked to do. They tested, they succeeded, they've accomplished what they set out to do, and Boeing is just taking more money and just keeps getting more and more money to try to fix what they broke. And everyone's like, well, SpaceX is getting subsidized. Like, well, yeah, but every company that works with NASA, I mean, they're using government facilities. They have to check out, like, you can't just like roll up to like space, Cape Canaveral and be like, hey, we're gonna launch a rocket. It's like, no, everything gets checked over by NASA and the government.
Jack dropping bodies left and right out here.
Anyway.
No, I feel like
this is. I feel like this conversation is great for everyone else because none of the other three of us really care that much. But like, so
I get where
I'm interested in rockets and stuff, but that's about me.
I get where Jack's coming from with. I mean, there's a reason why I don't post much on social media. There's also a reason why, I don't know, maybe like 3 weeks ago or so, I just put my like Twitter on private. It's just because like. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone has to say something. Like everyone has to try and like judge or whatnot. And it's just like, I don't know. For me personally, I'm just like, look, man, I ain't here to be nobody but me. I'm not here to please you. I'm just here to fucking do me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And so I was just like, nah, I'm off social media for a bit. And so that's why I did that. And I just took a little bit of a break. So I get where Jack's coming from. That shit's frustrating, but yeah, I just gotta not give a fuck. And it's hard not to. Every once in a while, just like, when it's coming at you multiple times a day, after years and years, I was just like, I just need to take a step fucking back because it's just stupid.
Yeah. That's the internet for you.
So go on, Jack, drop bodies.
Well, it's something when you get passionate about. It's super frustrating when you're passionate about something and someone's like, just like, well, you're passionate about that. I'm gonna shit all over it. Yeah. Not bring facts. And then it's like, well, but here's all the facts and all the information. They're like, no, I'm just gonna shit on it. And it's like,
yeah.
It's like, and you can't win those people over. Like there's no like being like, well, here's 9 examples of what you're saying is not factually correct, and it's like, but I feel it's correct, and I think you're wrong, so I'm gonna shit on what you're into. And it's like, what entertainment do you get out of that? Like what sort of joy do you get from like just raining on someone's parade? Is that really is that the kind of life you want to live? I mean,
some people just aren't happy unless they know other people aren't.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Yeah, you nailed it,
fucked
man.
up.
It's 100%.
And so
that's it.
I don't know. It's just that's the internet. That's trolls in general. It's like, all right, like, oh, you were excited about something. Well, let me tell you how that thing is wrong and how it's incorrect. And it's like, well, hey, fuck off.
It's also funny when you like run into like sometimes like with certain like people, they have what they feel is an understanding of something, but then they take that kind of like guess and they're just like, no, now it's fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like one of the things, and this is more like lighthearted, but there's a lot of times where I'll see maybe like on Reddit or like on the internet, people are like, oh, like how was Alfredo hired at Achievement Hunter? And people will be like, oh, he was hired to play Siege and do Destiny. And I was like, that's not a thing.
True.
The Achievement Hunter didn't give me a fucking salary and benefits to play Siege and Destiny, like 2 games that are not a huge staple. Like there's like, look, man, we need you to come play this game we don't really play that much, and this other game that we kind of love, and just like, do you want to be that guy?
I think it kind of comes from the standpoint where it's like a lot of people when they get hired anywhere, they're like, my job is this, whereas like we're here. Our job is kind of a little bit more, different. Like we do different things every single day.
Yeah.
Untrue.
So, all right. Well, Jeremy's job is this.
Exactly.
What I'm doing is my job.
Yeah. But like,
I am paid for this.
I guess that's kind of it, though. It's like our job is kind of being us, but more, if that makes sense. And Yeah, so you doing that, yes, same every day, Jeremy.
I'm a creature of habit, if nothing else.
Yeah, man. They hired
it's not
him
just like I showed up today, I played Siege, that was my job.
Yeah.
I clicked the box.
They're like,
well
you know,
done.
this game that we somewhat play, we're gonna give you like a full salary and benefits to play this game. Like,
This game we're not even good at.
yeah.
like we went,
I'm just like,
bring someone in and they'll think we're good. Like that was
Like,
our
what?
master plan.
It's like wild. Yeah, man, you got hired to play to carry them in Siege and Destiny. I'm like, that's wild. That's
Spoiler
crazy.
alert, I've played with Kanto and I'm still bad. Just because I have someone
Well, I mean, Jeremy,
really
we're not paying you to play Siege, so you're good. Don't worry. But you know,
Yeah, you're
fun,
getting paid to
fun.
play something else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, what are you paid?
Matt, we were hired to build in Minecraft. Remember that?
Yeah,
Me and you.
I definitely remember.
We were builders. Yeah,
I remember we did that a few times, and that was it.
And then we went,
Yeah, I kept doing it. I kept doing it for a while, and then I've been trying to get out of it, but
but they keep
they
pulling,
keep pulling me
back.
back. Really, it's because I've got ideas for King, and that's like what's really been pulling me back.
That's
into
right. You're the
building.
next king.
Yeah,
Yeah, Matt's the next
you guys are
king.
You're the
you guys
Disney
are
King.
fucked. Yeah, I feel good. I won the Disney King. That one's gonna be like impossible to top thematically.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
Cool. It was
I had a
so
lot of fun
cool.
with it, but it definitely wasn't like I didn't spend tons of time building something. You know, I found something really cool and was able to like tweak it a little bit and had a lot of fun with
Yeah.
that. But yeah, you've made some really, really badass stuff, so I'm excited to see what you come up with next.
Yeah,
So-
I'm excited just because I've planned it since we started Achievement Cove. Like I started laying the groundwork for it then, and we'll see if I can finish it soon. So just got a lot of challenges that are gonna be hard to build without you guys finding it. So
Oh, I'll be looking too. You know me.
yeah, I know you
Nothing
will.
pops up in Minecraft and I don't know about it. That's not true. I don't.
Yeah,
Know. I don't even know what update we're on. I
Is
don't
that
know.
this is
I
what
don't
Jeremy
know.
does.
No. Still doing my job.
Scans it.
This is job security right there. Just interrupting people and yelling things.
Oh, this is disgusting.
What's disgusting?
Yeah, but he gets paid every day.
This is
for it.
reported by IGN. Scalpers rake in 43 million by selling PS5's new
PS5s,
graphics
man,
cards
fuck
on
off.
eBay. Holy hell,
Yep.
dude!
I saw a thing where someone was
Stop.
saying
Don't
that if you're
buy
over
from
like
them.
if you're over like 25, you should be ashamed if you own a PS5 or an Xbox. And I'm like, because I'm going to use it because I
Yeah.
enjoy it. There's
Fuck
people
you.
assholes out there that are
Yeah.
buying it to extort parents.
Go back. I
I-
think
I
someone's
like-
knocking on my door.
I get what they're trying to say. I guess like they're trying to be like,
Yeah,
kid
it
should
should go to a
have it.
kid.
think
And
of
I'm
the
like-
joy. And I'm like, fuck that kid. I want this PS5. I will have fun with it.
I'm
Come on.
Slap him in
not,
the face.
I'm not going to go that far as to say fuck that kid, but also like if
Don't
I didn't buy
quote
it,
me on that.
some scalper would do it. They would buy it, and then the parent would be paying like thousands of dollars for the PS5.
Yeah.
Better
Also,
I have it at
here's the
regular
thing.
price.
Here's the thing with the PS5 and getting it right now, right? Like,
Mhm.
I know people want it right now, and they're like, you know, because I can play this on it, I can play that on it. I don't know if Demon Souls, if the remaster's on PS4.
I don't
But-
think it is. Yeah.
So like if that's really what you want, then I understand like the problem there. For me, I had like I got Spider-Man Miles Morales, I got Bug Snacks, both on the PS4. Played the hell out of them. It was awesome. Like I had a couple of times where I had to restart Miles Morales because the frame started going. It
Yeah.
was like once or twice. But other than that, played super smooth and it was awesome. It was like such a good and I'm like,
See,
I would like to have done on the PS5, sure, but I couldn't. And there's no game right now that's like, for me with Demon Souls, I know that's different for people if they're really, really into Demon
Mhm.
Souls, and it's not on the PS4. But like, I feel like there's no huge games right now that's like you need a PS5 for this. It's like so. You know,
yeah,
hopefully,
I
if
could
you're
see that.
holding off on playing Miles Morales until you get a PS5, in the like with the fingers crossed that you're gonna get one like next week or the week after, or anything like that, I would say just get the game. You know, like on the PS4 if you have one, and then work on a PS5 later when it's easier to obtain.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a valid point. I feel like that's for both the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, where it's like a lot of those games are on both platforms right now. And some of them, like Cyberpunk, came out today. It doesn't even really have a version for the new consoles. You can just play it on it, you know?
Yeah.
But I will say Miles Morales, even on like the PS5 version, it has like a mode where it's like performance versus quality. You can noticeably tell, but only if you do it like back to back. Like if you're like, oh yeah, if I switch it between performance and quality, like quality looks goddamn beautiful. Performance still looks great. You're not going to notice unless you've seen both of them side by side, but
right.
Damn.
And like, you know, a lot of people aren't gonna be in that scenario. And I don't know, there's a weird thing of like, there's certain games that I totally understand being like, no, I want to play this like in the quality possible. And I want to, and I'm sure everyone has different opinions on what that game is. Like for me, that would be a competitive game, because like you can sometimes get that edge in like a shooter or something like that if you are running it as fast as you possibly can. But like, yeah, you know, if there's just some, I wouldn't say like don't hold off on something you're super excited for because you can't manage to get this console because all these assholes out there buying it with bots and then you know, and selling them back to people. Like, you know, I was super excited for Spider-Man, and like and I picked it up and I played it and it was fucking awesome. Like on the PS4.
And it would still be, you know.
It would still be, you know, and I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. Like I missed out on anything from not playing it on the PS5. Like maybe there'd be a moment in there I would have been like, wow. But like, you know, I still had those.
Only thing I will say is you probably would have saved a lot more time. You wouldn't notice you are.
Like loading time?
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Larry and I were talking about this earlier. Like you were talking when we streamed Bugsnax about like the loading screen changing. And Larry was like,
all right, Bugsnax will make a difference.
Yeah. And he was like, I didn't know there was a loading screen.
Or?
Yeah, like that's what Larry said. He's like, he didn't know there was a loading screen in Bugsnax.
Well, yeah, because like if you play on the PS5 or if you play on the PC, which I didn't even know it was on the PC.
It's on PC? Where?
It's in the Epic Store.
Oh, that makes sense.
And
that's why I didn't know.
Like, yeah, that's why I didn't know.
Man, I could have been Bugsnax and
right, because I was like, I want to play Bugsnax. And I was like, I really want to play it. Kat wanted to bad ever since she saw the trailer. So we were like, okay, let's pick it up and we'll play it. And I was looking for it. I like went into Steam, looked there, nothing. Windows Store, looked there, nothing. I was like, I guess it's not on the PC. It's only on the PS4. So I just got on the PS4 and people like, oh, it's an Epic. I'm like, fuck off. I just, like, you know, I'm sorry. It's too many. It's too many. I'm not interested.
Yeah, there's a lot of launchers. Just put it on Steam. I get why people don't though. Like Steam takes a decent cut of like the game sales. So I understand, but man, I just like having everything in that one library.
So nice, you know.
It's easy, man. Easy peasy.
It's nice.
But that's the thing. I think Steam knows that, and that's why they take such a big cut.
I think
is they're like, oh yeah, you'll put your game over there so you're good to your fans, but we'll make the money.
I think another thing that would make it easier, like, so if people are like me, like, you know, dumb want play game, I like have a game in mind, you know, like Bugsnax, right? And I'll type it into Google and it will just go to like the Wikipedia article or something. And it just lists like Bugsnax, PS4, PS5. And then it will say like Windows or something, right? Like that's all we'll say if it's like a PC game, but it won't say the launcher. So like in my brain, I'm like, it sounds like this is on PC, but I didn't find it immediately. So therefore it's not. So like if we could separate that into launchers like we do with consoles, it might just like that needs,
make
that
it
should
easier.
Be a future thing of being like this is available on
Steam logo.
This is available,
that's actually a fantastic idea, dude.
Ubisoft
with
Ubisoft
Xbox's launch, I was so like super confused because then I was watching the Xbox's conference or whatever for the Series X, and they had all these different games, and then like it is like also on Windows, and I'm like, so does that mean everything on or pretty much everything on the Xbox, the new Xbox, is playable on PC? Because then I'll just do that.
Yep, same.
And that's where my investigation ended. So I still don't know.
Yes and no, because I feel like they're trying to do that more, the Play Anywhere thing.
I think all the Microsoft Studios games are going to be available on both, is what it's going to come down to.
Ooh,
so
very
like,
nice.
You know, like your Gears of War and everything like that. Like those are the ones that are going to pop up on both. Like anything that's Microsoft Studio will be on Xbox, or I'll be on the Xbox and on PC as well, and maybe other platforms, but for sure those two.
Because I was I was sad because I loaded up, like, sad's not the right word. Listen, I have a very privileged life. I understand that. I was like, so we got Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and it was like on the Series X, and I was like, oh, sweet. Like, I'm looking forward to playing that. And my first thought was, is that on my account now? So it's on like the Microsoft Store. Like, can I go on the Microsoft Store and just play it on the PC?
You wanted to get it on like PC.
Right, because I'd prefer to play it on the PC. Like, I think it will just run better. Loading screens will be shorter, most likely. And like, it wasn't because it was in Uplay, I'm sure. I'm sure it's on Uplay and Ubisoft, and like that's where you would get Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah.
So
Now,
like,
I think
not the same.
And I might be wrong, but are those games cross saves? Because they have like an online save that's separate to your like cloud save for the Xbox.
Do they? I have no idea.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, I have like Immortals Phoenix Rising. I know they have a separate tab for online saving. So I mean, I would be down for more companies to do that.
What is that game? I've only seen it like recently. Like, I guess because since release, but I've never heard anything about it before that.
The same, a lot of the same people behind Odyssey worked on it. Basically, it's like a cell shaded version of like kind of the fighting aspects of Odyssey, except it's more like it's a friendlier story, and it's just like people say it's kind of like Wind Waker. Is that right, Matt? Or one of the not Wind Waker,
Breath of the
Wild. That's it. Yeah. So
it very much feels like that, and with maybe like the combat from Odyssey.
Yeah. So it's pretty fun. I got to play a little bit of it and actually had a good time with it. So, but yeah, it's a neat little story. It's definitely more humorous and kind of goofy than it is anything else, but it's neat.
Yeah.
All right, I like the sound of that.
Yeah. No, it's if you're like looking for Assassin's Creed but more light, I would say that's it's basically go here, pick up thing, do that.
Is it like
Except you
lighter
can
in
also
terms
kind
of
of
like how many
fly.
hours, or it's not like, because I could do like an Assassin's Creed light.
It's like,
I mean, I think if you were to like play through the story for sure, I haven't played for too terribly long, but I've already kind of like gotten done with a few of the different main goals. But you can easily lose yourself in just exploring. It's heavily like encouraged to do that.
You know what game I oddly enough have a big urge to play right now, and it's completely because I went from playing Dark Souls to watching 300 and Gladiator. I now want to play Rise Son of Rome again. I know that game wasn't that great,
I never
but
played that game.
I just want to play it. It's just gonna be quick and easy, and it's gonna be fun to just play through. And I was like, yeah, I'll play that on PC. It's gonna have a fantastic setting. It's gonna run well. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I've wanted to go back to that for years because I remember that being like one of the launch titles for the Xbox One.
Yeah,
I was just like, I'll get back to it. I'll get there, and then I just never did.
Fredo, what was that one game we played? I want to say, it was like Dark Souls, but you had guns. If that is a good way of describing it.
Bloodborne.
But it was you, me, and Jeff were playing it at one point.
Yes. I actually jumped back into that.
Are in it? Is like in the title. I could be wrong.
Yes, you're right.
I can't remember the name of it, but like
Remnant from the Ashes.
That was it. Yes.
That game was awesome. It just Dark Souls with guns. Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah. It was a lot of rolling and shooting and things that were really trying to kill you. Yeah, like that's
so third person Dark Souls with guns. It was fantastic. I finished that back when we were still in the office and we did like those morning streams and stuff like that. And I played that on stream and then I finished it there, and that's a fun one, man. I haven't played the DLC for that. I went back and just messed around with it a little bit like a month ago. It's still a fun game.
I remember that game being really fun the one time I played it, but like also
you can play with friends too.
Yeah, you can play with friends, which is like I like that a lot. I enjoy my single player games quite a bit, but like I don't know, stuff where you're playing co-op and just kind of like fucking around with your friends is always so funny to me. Like and more fun. That's why I love like Among Us so much. But goddamn, when we started playing that Hunt Showdown game more, Matt, like Hunt Showdown, I forgot how much fun that was because it's just like it can be stupid. It can be really stupid, that game. And because it was only duos, and the thing is it had a resurgence because it released officially.
Oh, that's why you guys are playing it, right?
It was one of those like early access games.
Yeah, we played like early access.
Yeah, and so it finally like released on consoles and stuff. And I say recently, but it was at this point time means nothing. It was probably like a year ago. And they like upped it to you can have duos, now you can play in triples and trios. I don't know what's the right word for that. Squads of 3.
Yeah.
And the whole if you've never played it, it's like a battle royale type thing of like, hey, your squad, this squad, this squad, this squad, and like you have one life. You die, you're dead. And but there's like you're all mercenaries hunting a monster. So somewhere on the field there's a monster that you need to find and take down and then capture like the bounty and escape.
Yeah. So you spawn in and there's like a bounty of like some kind of a demon or creature. So you're trying to go to these different areas to get clues to reveal the location of where it is on the map. Obviously you could just stumble upon it, but like you're usually like hunting down a couple of clues to help you find the destination of where this creature or monster is. And that's what you do. You go, you look for these clues, you defeat these like these enemies on the map, and then you find where the creature is and you defeat it and try and banish it. The thing is that there are also other teams being played by other players that are trying to do the same thing. That's what made it like very interesting.
Yeah, it was a fun, and like now when like the last couple of times that we've played it, like there's 2 monsters on the field. So it's like 2 people can escape.
Doubled it up.
Yeah. So like you get a clue and it's like, hey, the first clue to the spider is found. And like then that you're heading toward that monster. It's like, but you can find a clue for the other one as well. You like see when they're being attacked, you see when they're being killed, and you have to escape. And like I think we won like a couple of times, Matt.
We've definitely won a few times.
You running around the crossbow is like my favorite thing. Like
it's so ineffective, but it's like I love carrying
when it works though. I know I was like dead on like the second floor of a church, or I was like on the ground. And I'm like, they're in here, Matt. They're trying to kill me. And like the person was on the stairs, and Matt just walked up and shot them in the spine with a crossbow from like a foot away. I just totally died.
I think I like loaded it with like an explosive bolt too. So it's just like he blew up and like, all right, I win.
Yeah, dude, it's a fun game. I want to play that more.
It's cool to see that they added another like monster they're trying to like banish or like that you have a bounty for, because I know one of the main issues when we first played that game, because I was like, the premise of this sounds so cool, but then actually playing it, you would go in and then you'd find all the clues, you'd get there, and then it would notify everybody that you're banishing the monster or whatever, and then everyone would just either rush you, or you'd have people that didn't do anything but just sit and wait until someone found it, and then they'd go attack. So splitting that into 2 different points of interest is actually pretty smart, and I wish I did that sooner.
It's a good idea because then it gives you more shit to do. And like I think the other thing they did is they balanced out a little more, because the map has other enemies on it. There's like zombie type things, and there's like these bigger monsters that aren't the bounty ones, but they're still wandering around. And it's like, when I first played it, the first couple of times I died before seeing anyone or getting to the monster, just from general just fodder that was around. I think they balanced that a little more. And now it's like literally to the point where you gotta strategize a little bit. It's big into like hearing the gunshot, being like, all right, shit's going down over there. Like, do we go in and try to take them out, or do we just let them do their thing and we'll deal with them later? Like, there's a lot of that, and it made it really fun. But the other thing, because this brought something else to mind, the other game that we played recently that was super fun, we played In Silence the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And so we played it for a possible spoiler alert. It's for a Let's Play. But so we only got to play 1 round of it. But like the whole thing with it is it's all proxy chat again. And it's like Dead by Daylight or Evolve or anything like that, where it's the not balanced teams, asymmetrical is the word I was looking for, teams, where it's like the 1 monster and then 4 to 5 survivors that are trying to Friday the 13th style, like repair a car and leave, or like open an armory and get guns. But the monster, whoever's playing it, can't see very well, and they're just going off of audio. So there's certain things that can happen. You can like open a drawer that's got like a fucking Jack in the Box in it, and it'll like make a noise, or like, and when you talk, it makes noise in the in-game chat, so the monster can hear it. And dude, that was one of the most intense fucking games I've ever played. Lindsay was the monster, and we were like shitting ourselves the whole time. Like the Lindsay monster running around. I want to play more of it so bad.
Yeah, it's really good actually.
Yeah,
like it blew my mind because I just never heard of it. Yeah, and it's kind of like a cool thing where we're in an age where I'm like, yeah, I might not know what video game is good anymore, just because there's so many that come out, you know.
Yeah, I heard of this. I think Cole of all people brought it up to me. I think he was like, "Hey, I just played this and it's really fun. Like, you know, we should play it at some point." And dude, it is seriously like it's just like that feeling of standing next to Matt and Michael and looking down the road and there's like street lights and stuff, and then you see the monster like go between the street lights, and we're just like, oh, he's fucking over there. There's the monster, and like you're like trying to sneak away and like trying to open the armory. I think Matt and I found the armory at one point. We're like trying to figure out the puzzle, and it's set an alarm off because we did it wrong. So we're like, I don't know. Do you turn it this way? Do you? And it went, and it's like, run! She just like ran. It's so fucking scary.
My whole experience for that was I saw like a person creeping, and obviously like the louder you are, the better. Like the the monster can come and get you. I just saw someone like crouching, hiding, and I just walked over. I was like, "Oh, hey, buddy, what's up? What you doing over there? What's going on, man?"
Like, screaming.
And then it was Michael, and he's like, "Dude, shut the fuck up!" And I'm like, "Oh shit! Oh my bad. I'm sorry, but whoo, it's scary out here."
We played Phasmophobia the other day, and it was like we were in the new prison map, and it was Jeremy, me, Lindsay. And was it Alfredo? Alfredo, yeah, it's because your audio is messed up. And like at one point we're in this prison map, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's a hunt going on. So I ran into a cell and just hid in a corner. And Lindsay's like, Jack, where are you going? What are you doing in here? And it's like opening the door. And I'm like, ah, like being
and then
dead
I
silent
died.
and hiding. Yeah, and then Jeremy got killed.
And
like, oh man.
What they added though to Phasmophobia, which I love, is that when you die, you can now pick up and throw objects.
Oh, good.
So
that it really needed that.
It needed
like,
something
no joke.
that the dead people could do. I wish they could do more. I wish they could communicate through the ghost box, or like they could set off the EMF, or they could just fuck around with more shit, close doors and stuff.
Yeah, because you're a ghost now, baby.
Because you're a ghost. I wish you could do that kind of stuff. But like, Fredo and I died, and we just relentlessly chased Jack and Lindsay around with these 2 books and just kept throwing the books. So like Jack walking was just like books. Like,
that's all we did. We threw it, then we pick it right back up and throw it again. And it was relentless, and we didn't stop.
Was on the cameras in the truck, and he went, oh, I can see Jeremy's body. And so Fredo and I quickly ran over to my body and started throwing books back and forth to each other over the body, hoping he'd see it. Like he didn't tune back in time. Oh God, that's a fun game. That's another fun one.
You'll love to see it.
You'll love to see it.
All right, I think it's time to head over to the post show.
Probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah,
so,
baby.
Oh yeah. Also, don't forget the Game Awards are tonight, and if you're a fan of the stuff that we hey, maybe you should watch the Game Awards tonight. How's that for being vague?
Watch it.
Just saying. Let's see here. And a hint to people to check out the Game Awards, and they might see something special. Hey, you guys, maybe you should check out the Game Awards because you might see something special.
Oh, damn. I didn't even know. Now I know. Now I got to go check it out.
You know to do it.
There you
now
go.
We know.
Well, thanks for joining us on this episode of Off Topic. Up next, we have a Die Hard watch party.
What?
Okay. What? You can hang out with Lindsay and members from RT and Funhouse as they shoot their way out of the Nakatomi Tower.
I'm excited to hear all the constructive feedback from this episode. I'm sure people will send me. Thank you for that.
Your Twitter is going to be...
Don't worry about it.
I might just shut it down for a day or two.
Dude, that's what I did for like a week. I went private, and I said, forget it.
It's
all
just
good. All right, so stick around for that Die Hard watch party. And remember, today's the last day to get print to order merch. And we have that new Batman merch line that dropped.
Yeah.
And it's on sale as well. All right. Well, this has been fun. Thanks for watching.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Enjoy Die Hard.
Thank you.